I'm Daniel Jake with Long Beach Local News. We're here today in Alamitos Bay with Roger Hansen to both meet and hear about the Pacific seahorses they've formed a relationship with over for the past 5 years.
My name is Roger Hansen, and locally they call me the Seahorse Whisperer. There are others in the world. I'm in Southern California. I study hippocampus engines, which are Pacific seahorses. I started to do research in the beginning and there wasn't any. I actually went to Peru, which is their native habitat, to study, and the more I researched, the more I found out from every PhD, there isn't any information. So thanks to people like Neil Garrick-Madman from Devon Topsham, England, the director of the Seahorse Trust, texted me for 2 years. The PhDs from Scripps and up and down the coast have worked with me and taught me so many things. What I'm going to do is share the data that they suggested I keep, which is very truthfully meticulous. And so I will be presenting to the world things that have not been seen or known before, along with the children's book.
And so
it is already having an impact around the world. Others are building things that I have done, and especially in Australia and in Dubai. I just did a Zoom with Dubai, United Arab Republic. I would not have guessed that 6 years ago. But in construction of habitats that are biodegradable, that creatures can live in without harming the environment, for one thing. Sustainability is a priority, and what I have learned from the seahorses is what they like and what they don't like. Every year I play seahorse chess, and that's where I don't see them for a while and I get nervous. What am I doing wrong? So I check my records. The answer always is to build. You make it so nice that if they come back and go, hey, I want to stay here. It is true. If you build it, they will come. It is absolutely true. We have a symbiotic relationship. And what I have gained is to have friends like there are no friends in the world. If I took you, as I said earlier, you and I would be the only 2 people out of 39 million Californians to see one in the wild today. And I've seen them 97.3% of the time. So what I have learned for them is how to work with a rare species and how to get along under the water. I have a TED about such thing. And also what they like and don't like. And each one has a personality, just like every person watching this has a personality. As a school teacher, I learned how to get along with others, and I guess I was very blessed to learn how to get along with others. Or they leave, that's your choice. You bother them, they go. You're nice to them, they stay. Long Beach has been absolutely phenomenal. People who do know keep quiet. Everybody's always concerned. The cooperation I get from the police department, the city managers, I will say it, from Deep Blue Scuba and Swim. I didn't even ask for a mentor. They go, we want to sponsor you. So everything has been good. If I wanted to dive all night, they gave me permission. During COVID, they said, yes, you may, just go over it and come back. The cooperation and the support of every single person in the city, on the islands, etc., has been outstanding.
Pacific seahorses, they can be found they're listed from California all the way down to southern Peru. And within California, they've been historically more common on the southern area where the water stays a little bit warmer. But when the water warms, it's not uncommon for us to see them as far north as Los Angeles and Long Beach area, typically associated with El Nino warming events. Well, I think the best interest in people protecting wildlife is to do as little harm as possible. So I think being responsible, picking up your trash, if you're boating, to be a responsible boater to protect wildlife, not anchoring in eelgrass beds and things like that will be the best way to protect wildlife. Intervening in wildlife is just something that should be done cautiously and usually involves significant scientific study.
My first experience was simply as an observer, and because I was curious, as we all are, we take pictures. And when you take too many pictures, you find out they don't like it and they leave. And so little by little, my population shrunk till finally, retrospectively, I had to be a Jane Goodall and simply watch and learn. And once I watched and learned, I became welcome, because I learned, you don't like that, so I'm not going to do that. You don't like that, so I'm not going to do that. So my inspiration was basically them teaching me. When I realized what I had, when I saw my first seahorse come by, I have 32 years underwater. Like I said, 7,500 plus dives, all logged. I thought some kid threw it out of a fish tank. But then I started hearing they were up in Redondo Submarine Canyon. But all the people scared him away, which is what I was doing too, by being a paparazzi camera taker guy. So my inspiration, once I realized what I had, was to do a study. I contact the publisher. He says, Roger, you need 6 months in order to have anything to write about. And they just kept staying, because I just kept doing it. And it was so fun to build something and watch them go over and live. I felt like an underwater architect, you know? So that was my inspiration. And you feed off of something that is very rare that likes you.
Yeah.
It's a real trip, I have to be honest.
We've just learned a lot about the Pacific seahorses here in Long Beach from Roger Hansen, as well as gotten to have the chance to dive firsthand and meet these amazing creatures in their habitat. I'm Daniel Drake with Long Beach Local News. Thanks for watching.